Why be easy when you can just die? Woo! Wow, I'm Chewy Mew. Welcome back to Venom Month, day number 26, where today we're going to be taking a look at another custom head sculpt that I made recently. In the past video, we took a look at my custom Venom head sculpt, and what I forgot to mention was the articulation on this is the same as the original, where the head can look up all the way, can look all the way down, and can rotate all the way around. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Fearsome Foes box set Carnage here, which, spoilers, this is my favorite Carnage. But either way, so this guy's been customized. I've done some modifications to him, like I've made him two interchangeable hand weapons. Like you can put this on here, and for example, you have an axe weapon here. His elbow's kind of loose though. I got him in like 2007 or 8 or something, so he's been played with for quite a while. This for quite a long time. Actually, no, I was going to say for quite a long time this was the only Carnage I had. Actually, I had the Spider-Man Classics single card version, which is the guy right there conveniently. This is really convenient, having figures on this that I could point them out sometimes instead of going to get them. This one I had, he got destroyed, so he got damaged, so I turned him into a custom hybrid. And then my dog destroyed it, so he's just gone completely. And so, but this one kind of was my main Carnage. I just kind of like this one more because I like the colors of this more. And for this video, I mean, well, not this video, I already took a look at these things. I didn't mention these tendrils before, where I just drilled a hole and attached these to his back. This is from the Ultimate Green Goblin Build-A-Figure Wave Carnage. That Carnage, it's been customized and used for a bunch of different stuff, so I can't show it anymore. And I made a custom head sculpt for Carnage, which, let's go ahead and attach this. His torso joint, this actually did crack open at some point. His ab crunch is loose, but, I mean, most times, I don't have Carnage in a pose where his ab crunch being loose is a problem. Like, most times he's crunched forward. He's rarely crunched back, so, you know, I feel like having a loose ab joint on a character like this isn't important, because I'm pretty much never have Carnage suspended in midair, so it's not too big of an issue. And the way this attaches, because this piece, I don't want to risk boiling it and damaging this head sculpt, because, you know, what if something happens to a Spider-Man 2 re-release? I wouldn't want to risk boiling this and taking parts off, because I feel like something might get damaged and it might ruin it. Especially a figure that I've had for so long and that is also expensive, so I can't even buy, like, a replacement. This one I can, but still I don't want to damage it. And so the way his head comes off is like this, because I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to boil it or, you know, heat it up or anything to take this off. So instead I made a skewer for the head, and then you can just go ahead and slide it in here. I'm trying to cover it with my finger, and bam, there he is. There's Carnage with a brand new custom head sculpt. Let's put him on a base here. Let's put him on a bass. You can place a riff. You get it? Because, you know, bass guitars. Okay. So yeah, if I can get him on this bass. I put it on wrong. Okay. So these bases, I've written stuff on the bottom, so top and bottom, so I know which one is which. That way, because some figures, they'll only fit on it if it's facing one way. Some will fit only if it's facing a different way. It just depends on the figure. But most times it just has a certain way it goes. Also, it's back. Carnage is back heavy, and this base is front heavy, so it kind of, you can see it wiggles, but he balances. But yeah, there's Carnage with that custom head sculpt. This one, I will say, it looks like it's blurry. Is it? I don't know. Let's move it closer. Yeah, it is blurry. So I will say this one did not come out as good as Venom, because Venom's head sculpt came out surprisingly symmetrical. I did surprisingly well with the symmetricity. I don't know if that's a word. It's very symmetrical. The eyes are quite equal. The paint apps is what makes it look kind of weird. But Carnage, yeah, the eyes are very clearly not the same shape, which, I mean, that's a bit unfortunate. But if you have them from a distance here, it's not as noticeable, but up close it is. Originally, I was just going to have the head just all red with no black paint apps, and basically the teeth were going to be white. Or no, actually no, the eyes and the teeth I was going to leave them plain, because the original color, this piece got kind of dirty, because it's been sitting here collecting dust, but the original color of the clay is a little bit kind of like this color. This is a different type of clay, but it's roughly this kind of colored white, like off-white a bit, not completely, you know, white like the images back there, that is white. This was like off-white. I was thinking of leaving the teeth and the eyes that color, and then just painting the rest of the head red. But then I was like, no, I'm going to actually put some black paint on it, a little bit big, based on Bagley, while also kind of just, you know, so he's suffered quite a bit, you know, like Sinister Six Spider-Man. His butterfly joints broke, so I had to fix them, which they still work, but just not as effectively. His neck is completely broken. He has a bunch of loose joints here. His ankle joints have, like, cracked plastic here. He suffered a lot of damage over the years, this guy has. Same thing with Venom, where he's at the wrist broke, the elbow got kind of damaged, his bicep kind of broke, the waist broke as well. This guy suffered a lot of damage as well. A lot of my figures that I've got, like before 2010, between like 2002 to like 2008, suffered a lot of damage, you know, over the years. You know, if this Carnage was still mint condition and didn't have all these like loose joints issues and like basically battle scars from being played with for over a decade, he wouldn't look as weird, you know, like he would be able to hold weapons and accessories a little bit better. I hate this backdrop. This backdrop looks really cool, but I hate how it always makes the figures look blurry. But I think that looks pretty cool. I will say the Venom head sculpt I think looks better. But you know, having these Carnage accessories is really good too, you know. And unfortunately, because the way this Venom's hands are designed, I think we can take it off. No, we can't take it off. I don't want to break it. But you can't swap these parts onto Venom. Come on, focus. Oh, I have it locked on Carnage. Venom's hands don't work the same as Carnage, where you see Carnage's hands, the pin is on Carnage's hands and the hole is on his arm. Unfortunately, Venom, the hole is on his hand, I think, and then I don't. Oh yeah, like this. Yeah, you can see they're not compatible, so you can't put these weapons on Venom's hands. Venom doesn't really turn his hands into weapons like Carnage does or other symbiotes do. But if you wanted to know, if you make these for Carnage, it won't work for Venom. I mean, you know, Hasbro, since all the body parts are basically the same style, you can do it. But of course, the pins you would need for Hasbro figures are different than Toy Biz. I mentioned that in my video, how these are more specifically designed for Toy Biz, especially the thickness. Like, if you have it like this, it does kind of match the thickness of his arm. But either way, this is not about the hands, this is about the head sculpt. And I think that sculpt looks pretty cool. The only issue that Venom did not have was that the head does not, well, the body comes apart, but that's not supposed to happen. I mean, it does with mine, but if you make this your head, the body's not going to come off. But you do get head rotation, but it does kind of move. You don't get the best head rotation, and then he can't look up and down. He's perpetually stuck like this because he doesn't have the hinge. You know, ideally, this hinge I could just remove the hinge and then just attach Carnage's head to this so I could have the full movement. But like I said, I don't want to risk damaging this head sculpt, so you know, that's what we're going to have to go with here. As far as sculpting this, same thing with Venom, pretty much. Actually, no, never mind, it's quite a bit different. As far as the eyes, I sculpted it the same way, taking a tool and then kind of cutting them open. The eyes came out incredibly not symmetrical, which I think is okay for Carnage. I sculpted a little bit of teeth on there. So what I did for this part was, like Venom, I made a circular head, and then actually squeezed the jaw right here. You know how humans, this head sculpt right here, humans, the head is not ball-shaped. There's like, the cheeks are kind of more indented. It makes like a triangle shape from the cheek to the chin. And then I took this spike tool and I stuck it through the mouth like this to make a hole in the mouth, and then I just kind of dug the clay out of it to make this big gap, and then I kind of, I think it was this tool, then I took it and I just kind of wiggled it up in there, tried to make the grooves for the mouth, you know, like where the jaw hinges, I mean. This one went a lot farther back compared to this one. Took this tool again, and trying to make gaps in the teeth, I just took this and I went like this, kind of try making gaps in the teeth. The teeth don't look the cleanest. Some parts you can see the lines for the teeth came out looking really good. Other ones not so much. But the teeth, I still think they look pretty good. Obviously, between Venom and Carnage, Venom's head sculpt looks infinitely better than Carnage. I still think it looks pretty good. But yeah, which way does this base go? I don't think the base matters too much with Carnage. Some figures, it does make a difference, but for Carnage, it does not make a difference. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, yeah, like I said, his joints are loose. We can have this arm going up here. Stand up, dude. Oh no, his ab crunch is kind of loose. I might end up super gluing his body back together so it doesn't fall apart. And if you're wondering, can you put a Pizza Spider-Man head on it? You can, but his neck is kind of short. If it was sticking up like that, it could probably work. But spoilers, he doesn't look like Peter Parker, so it doesn't count. But either way, yeah, this head sculpt did not come out as good as Venom's. I still think it looks good. I mean, I'd like to see you do better. But really, seriously, if you have made a Carnage head sculpt yourself from scratch by hand, you know, using tools and stuff, but by hand, by all means, let me know. But yeah, come on, dude. Yeah, so this base does have to work one way versus the other. But yeah, so that's pretty much all for this video. Let me know what you think about this head sculpt. Let me know what you think about Venom Month being back. And I will see you guys in the next video.